Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Welcome in. Welcome in. Andrew, Pat, Marquetta. Can everybody hear me? All right, perfect. Sorry, I'm not going to be super loud today. Live from Arizona with a house full of people, and it's 2:40 in the morning here, so I'm not going to be yelling. There is not any giveaways today, so if you're here for the giveaways, unfortunately, it's not going to be your day. Yep, you're welcome. Coming to you live from Arizona. Obviously, I brought my shipping supplies so I can ship out items, but I'm not going to be doing a lot of, bulk or giveaway items today. Shea Holter. Yes, I do have a ton of fractionals that I just got in. Maybe that'd be a good place to start. What's everybody think? All right. Again, I apologize. There's no giveaways. I know typically we do constant giveaways here, but with me being in Arizona, um, I don't want to spend my all my vacation time shipping out items. So I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Give me just a second. Well, they were made from 1862 to 1873 during the coin shortage after the Civil War. Um, some of them can be very rare, and obviously it depends on condition. Here's a, I believe, fifth issue, 25 center. So first issue would be 1862, and then as the issues were, each issue has different people on it. And then as you get later to the fifth issue, that would be like 1870 to 1871 to 1873. So that'd be this time frame here. Can bring that one from a 55 to 45. Get the timer drop back here. Fifth issue, 25 center. Probably not. Going to be mainly fixed price today, I believe. I'm going to really be throwing people off. No giveaways, no buck and goes. Holy buckets. There's a little 10 center. Got some edge issues. This would be a fourth issue, so like 1869 to 1871. Fourth issue, 10 center. Marquetta is awesome, awesome. That is great to hear. Hope you're on the road to recovery. Yep, for sure. I definitely will. Um, Marquetta is speaking of the Micon United. I'm going to go ahead and pin that up down at the bottom of the screen. If you're looking for museum quality display pieces for your coins, currency, collectibles, sports memorabilia, exonumia, militaria, things of the such, definitely give Micon United a check out and send them a DM. I am in a room or a house full of Airbnbers in Arizona right now, so apologize I'm not yelling this morning like I typically am doing. So apologize about that. This one's got a little bit of a kind of a cashier mark on it. Right here, as you can see, nice color on that seal though. Let's This is a fourth issue 10 center. Yeah, it got started a little bit later. It's 2:45 in the morning here. We're 3 hours behind Eastern time, so there's a low grade 25 center, fifth issue. Bring that in under 20 bucks. They don't have dates on them. They're just, you can tell from the issue. So this would be 1871 to 1873. Take care, Jay Handyman. Great seeing you. Yeah, it's been about 115 here. Um, Pay to the bearer and gold certificates. I do have redeemable on demand notes. I've got some 20s and a 50 and 100. So if this is what you're looking for, redeemable in gold on demand 1928 numeric district. There's a 20 out of Chicago. I'll keep going through the fractionals, but I do have a couple 20s, a 50, and a 100. Good morning, Mycon. None of the fractionals have dates, but you can tell by the design on what they are. Here's a little 10-cent George Washington with a nice little shield reverse on it. This is a second issue, so it's 1865-ish. We got down here for sure. It's been 115 degrees, so that's a bit of a change for me. Second issue, George Washington 10-cent fractional. If anybody does have any requests, you can let me know. Got some of those redeemable in golds there. Um, Dayton, Ohio National, a black eagle, educational, a couple green eagles, another black eagle, some sawhorses, a South Florida graded note, and a Mexico. Really nice paper on this one, but it does have a nicker out of the corner. Good morning, coin guy. I'll be meeting up with this guy in about, I don't know, 16 hours, something like that, 14 hours, 12 hours, I'm not sure. Was awesome. Got to meet him at the airport in Arizona when I landed, so it's nice to see him, chat for a few minutes. He was hoping to see Gene Simmons from Kiss come through the airport. Did he ever roll through or? Here's a fifth issue, 25¢. Again, nice paper here, but does have this little nicker. Nice color on that seal. Oh, it was earlier in the day. Okay. Bummer. Fifth issue, 25 center. Excuse me. Well, Dennis, if you want to mention I've got a 50, I've got 100 and a couple 20s. Do the 10 center again. Oh, got it. The George Washington. Yep, no problem. CJ. Obviously, what people say is true. It is a dry heat, so um, I mean, it definitely is better. Holy buckets! I gotta write my labels right now. Jeez, I'm used to having these things auto printing. CJ, appreciate you. Yeah, I'm coming to you live from Arizona. I know when we get out of the swimming pool at the Airbnb, you gotta have your flip flop sitting, otherwise your feet burn on the bricks. I have one silver certificate error I could dig out. It's an offset cutting error on the back. Um, it's 150 bucks. Here's a 15 center fourth issue. Um, this is a really popular kind. I like the odd denominations. I've got a 3 center too. Robert, give me just a second here. Right now, isn't it like about 93 or 94, something like that in the middle of the night? Maybe it's 92, I don't know. Let's see if I can 115. Maybe 3. Okay. Stack. Falling Star 113. quickly trying to find an error. Oh, you're not interested in errors. Okay. I guess I don't see it right off. I'll have to keep an eye out. I just have one, so it's not that big of a deal. Now we're getting after each other in the comments. Here's a fifth issue, 10 cent with the green seal. Don't see green seals too much. Sometimes it's odd though, you'll see a red seal back too if you don't know a lot about these. Or some of the backs can be red, and then most of the fractionals are red seal, but this one's green, so you will see little variations. This is a fifth issue, 10 center with the green seal, which a little more scarce. It adds a few bucks to it, but nothing too fancy. Mrs. Blue always says that I look like this guy. Oh, this one does say, I'm sorry, I can't read this, but it does it say 1874 right there? This one does say 1874. This one does have a date on it, but not all of them do. Here's another nice looking 10 center, Act of 1863. That was the fifth issue, the 10 cent. Nice color on the back of this one. Being fixed price, I'm just trying to get right down to my lowest price for everybody so that hopefully I can bring some of these notes to you. This one's got nice color on that seal, less circulation. Guess this one does have a little spot right there, but still got nice eye appeal. Get a sip of water. It is so dry here. It's like I can't drink enough water. Vivoid, appreciate the follow. Yeah, and I don't even have to go to the bathroom, even though I'm just drinking water like crazy. This one's a little bit offset. These were hand cut, so it's not really an error note, but that affects the pricing on this one downward a little bit. Bring that one in at 65 bucks. National Banknote Company. I don't know if you can see that, but that's the printer of a lot of these fractionals. Here's a nice 50 center that eyes up really well. Look at that. Act of 1864. Which one do I have in the $20 range? I can flip back and this is a fifth issue, I believe, 50 center. Nice paper on this one. Got a couple options. This one would be the cheapest. I didn't bring a lot of the low ones, but this one I could bring in at $19 and for a 150-year-old piece of paper. Pretty good value for money. I'll just show these two again and then I can jump back. Yeah, I've got more here. Somebody asked on what I had in the $20 range. 1863. This one I can get to 25 on it. Fourth issue, 10 cent. Um, I'm very happy. I'm not really scared of animals or whatever, but I haven't ran into any scorpions or I remember Coin Guy talking on his show. It's like there's so much stuff down here that wants to kill you. I'm like, sheesh. But I don't know. I hope not to, but we're heading up to Sedona, and I know my stepson said that they ran into some scorpions and some different stuff. This is a really nice 3 cent piece, odd denomination. This is a good note here. Haven't seen any tarantulas or scorpions or javelina. I think he said there's javelina around here too. Nizzy Momo, I do not have any gypsy notes with me. I don't know that I have any back home. This one's got a little bit of writing and pencil here. Tons of coyotes. Okay. This is a good note here. Why the heck is this so cheap? I must have gotten this one reasonable. First issue. So this would be 1862 to 1864. This is a good buy here. Um, again, I don't know. I got must have gotten this one for reasonable. Shea Holter. This is a good note here. This is a first issue, 1862, kind of like right in the start of the Civil War. This is a nice piece here. I think I might have mispriced this, but that's fine. Whoever grabs it, that's just fine. Good little piece. CJ, thank you. I kind of like this. This is relaxing. This isn't my normal buck and go, and it's kind of like just run the notes at kind of the pace, have a nice time. I'm on vacation, right? apologize. Got a running nose. I don't know how I can have a running nose when it's so dry here. Here's a fifth issue, 10 center. I must have been sleeping through the dust storm. 10 center. Boy, these are really reasonable. I must have got these for a nice buy. Paul DG, and on this 10 center, nice eye appeal on this fifth issue 10 center, 3 seconds, fair warning. Dang, that's crazy. Paul DG, appreciate it. First purchase. I don't have any Red Seal funny backs with me. These were hand cut, so this is not an error, but you can see the note to the left. You can see even the note kitty corner, lower left, can see the bottom. It isn't cut off on the right, and you can see it's kind of offset there. Fifth issue, fourth issue, 50 cent. Popular George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. This is a really popular of the more this is a really popular one of the non-crazy ones. I would say this one is the highest price of not the seated liberties and some of the like crazier ones, but that'll hang out. I've got a few. Here's a cool piece, World's Columbian Exposition ticket from 1893. World's Columbian Exposition ticket from 1893 out of the Chicago when the World's Columbian Exposition was in Chicago from 1893. Kind of a cool little piece. This is Christopher Columbus off to the left here. Nice color on the seal. 903445. That's kind of an interesting piece. Printed by the American Banknote Company. I just got this in not too long ago. I'm going to take another little look at this one. Oops, that was supposed to be 69, but whatever, not a problem. Um, the date range. The Lincoln one is really popular. All of them are popular, but I would say that the Indian chief and probably Lincoln are, and Benjamin Franklin is very popular too. This is a really nice fourth issue 25 center. Look at the eye appeal on this. Really nice. That one eyes up very well. I apologize. I don't have much room on this because it just kind of pops. So, fourth issue 25 cent. Fifth issue 25 cent. This one Series 1874 says right up here. That one will hang out. Here's good old Stanton. He was the Secretary of War for Lincoln during the Civil War. It's one of my favorites. You might have heard me say that the Lincoln was a fourth issue 50 cent, but also the Stanton was a fourth issue 50 center. This is a nice note. And bring this one from 129 to 109. That one's got really nice eye appeal on it. It's got, you can see this kind of blue end. Some of them had this blue end. The blue end were a little trickier than just the plain one, but doesn't add, maybe $10 to the value. Here's another fourth issue 50 cent Lincoln fractional. And a little bit of a paper pull up here. Nice centering though. Fourth issue Lincoln fractional. Get another sip of water here. Coin guy who's joined us. What are you doing in the pool in the middle of the night? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Coin guy and I and some of my family and some of his family and friends are heading to, I think it's called Gila River Wild Horse Pass Casino tonight. Not sure what this 716881 signifies, but they wanted to make sure that it was on here for sure. Fort Dearborn 1833. This is from 1893. Yeah, for sure. It's 313. I'm in Arizona. This one, you just brings at a flat $20. A pretty good value for 1893 World's Columbian Exposition ticket. Obviously, it's got a little bit of pencil on it, but still a little bit of ink there too. But nice little, for 125 years old, pretty reasonably priced. Here's a 50 cent. This is spinner. So on a lot of the large size early notes, you'll see Spinner's signature. He's the only note that he was on this note while he was still alive. This is a third issue 50 cent tougher Spinner note. Um, Bring that in at 100 and a quarter. Tougher 50 cent fractional. Third issue 50 cent. I'm going to keep rolling with these until somebody says uncle. If you don't know what uncle that means, is when you're getting in a fight with your brother or sister and you're pounding each other as kids, beating the tar out of each other. You'd say uncle, and hopefully the beating would end. Here's a fourth issue 25 cent. Nice looking George Washington note. last one I sold really reasonable, which is fine. But here's another first issue 5 center. Unfortunately not, no. Um, this one I paid more for. Um, let's see here. Trying to give the best value I can here. First issue 5 cent George Washington. There's a really nice 10 center. Look at the eye appeal on that. Welcome in, everyone. I'm Blue Oval Pro out of the Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota area. I'm coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, look at this. This is really nice. This is actually a good buy here. This one I don't have much room in, but look at the eye appeal on that. Stunning. First issue, 5 center. Look at the paper on this one. Surprised this one isn't getting scooped up, but that's just fine. These always look really nice in the display cases that shows. Here's a really nice 25 center, a little darkening there. Still eyes up well. Fourth issue, 25 center. Mm, yeah, typically, like I don't show these very often. I sell them a fair bit at shows. I've gotten these probably over the last 6 months, and they're not super rare or anything, but you don't see a ton of them. Here's another fourth issue 50 cent. This one does have a nicker on the bottom here. Can see. Fourth issue 50 cent. This one you can see the next note coming in on the bottom. This one here, the Lincoln, anytime you can get one under the $200 range, it's pretty rare unless it's really rough. Like on the Bay, you usually don't see any of these under 200 bucks. Fourth issue 50 cent Lincoln Fractional. Here's another spinner, third issue 50 cent. That one's got nice eye appeal to it. Third issue 50 cent. Yeah, for sure, no problem. This is my own little, I would say, grading. So one is if it's got, rips or tapes or, things that really make it look tough. Two would be like a nice complete note that doesn't have any, major tears. Three'd be kind of like a VF note, like a mid-grade. Four would be, you know, choice VF or XF, and then five would be anything that doesn't really have any issues. It could be about uncirculated or uncirculated. No, they're in premium semi-rigids. These are guardhouse. 99% of my notes are in new sleeves. Here's a Lincoln Fraction with a little bit of darkening over here. This is the cheapest priced one I've had for a while. Like I said, even on the Bay, it's hard to get these under 200 bucks unless they're, got corner tears or something like that. But even then, they go for good money. Fourth issue, 50 cent Lincoln Fractional. Here's a really nice 10 cent. I believe this is first issue. Yep, first issue 10 center. This one's got really nice eye appeal to it also. Nice looking note. Here's a nice green seal. So this would be an example of your green and your red on the seals. Mrs. Blue always says I look like this guy that's kind of grumpy looking. We'll start with the red seal. That's a little bit more reasonable. Fifth issue, 10 cents. This would be 1871 to 1873. This was the last issue because then the coin shortage after the Civil War kind of went away. Man, it's crazy. I usually have, 50, 60 people in the room. So are 35 of them just there for the giveaways? It's kind of telling. Here's a green seal, little tougher note. Not anything. It's about 10 bucks, something like that. Not anything crazy, but here's a George Washington 50 center. Second issue. This one's got a red back, little tougher note. As you saw, most of them have green backs, but this one is a red back version. What can I do on that guy? Bring that one in at 109. Little tougher red back, 50 center. I'm not gonna run any basic $1 bulk type stuff today. I am on vacation in Arizona, so I'm not wanting to spend my vacation shipping out items. So doing more of a fixed price show here, which isn't common for me, but you know, sometimes you got to switch it up a little bit. Yeah, for sure. And I don't mind doing giveaways, but again, on vacation, I don't want to spend my time just sending out giveaways. That doesn't sound like my idea of a good time. Here's a nice 50 center again. Oh, that one's got a stunning back on it. Look at the color on that. And then it's got the four surcharges on it too. These are not cashier marks. This is part of the printing process. That's a really stunning note. This one will probably head to grading in the next submission. It's got really nice eye appeal on it. Really nice color. This one, I don't know. It's got kind of a protected area here where it's lighter, but it definitely had some kind of toning on there too. I don't know where I should be on this one, but I'm going to go to 69 bucks. Probably too low on that, but I don't have my book with me. What is this? First issue. If you haven't checked out my YouTube channel, Blue Oval Pro, definitely all one word, definitely jump over there. A bunch of currency content. Sure could use the support over there. Here's a 5 center with a nicker on that corner. Tougher first issue 5 cent. I don't think a lot of this stuff came out of my cases, so probably not too much, but I'll definitely keep my eye open. That's the thing, those 25, $30 ones sell so quickly. Obviously, they typically have some kind of issue. This is a nice note here for I got a pretty good buy on it, so I could keep the price down. 15 cent, odd denomination, fourth issue. This one I can bring in at 89 bucks. I got a good buy on this one, so I can pass the savings along. The 15 cent is a tougher note for sure. 3 seconds left. Here's a really popular 25 cent with the five George Washingtons on it. This says ABC, which is American Banknote Company, printing on this first issue, 25 cent. Marquetta, how have you been? What have you been up to lately? Always appreciate you coming on the show. I don't know. I suppose it is, what would it be, 6:30 a.m. your time? It's 3:30 in the morning here. Let me look. I don't know that I have any. Like I said, those lower priced ones go pretty quick. That one is on the more reasonable side. Here's a first issue 5 center. George Washington, first issue 1862. I'm gonna lose some at this, but I trying to get it into the 20s. I'll lose a little bit on this one if somebody wants to jump in. But this is an early 1862 5 center. This is a good note. Should be in that $44 range, 42, something like that. But it's sold for 29. That's fine. Thank you, Shay. Appreciate you. And then this one here, 15 cent. Fourth issue, 15 cent. Little tougher note. I can get that one down to 65. Pretty good buy for a 15 cent fourth issue. Good morning, Inca 73T. The Peruvian Prince is in the house. Here's a nice 15 center with stunning eye appeal. Look at that. Bring this one from 175 to 135. Look at the eye appeal on that 15 center. Here's a nice green seal 50 center, fourth issue. Unfortunately, can't back it out. So that one, if your payment didn't go through, it just not anything that I can do at this point. It just won't go through. And it'll be available on the next show. Not my rules. This one I can bring in at 129. Nice fourth issue, 50 cent. It is. It's got really nice eye appeal to it. John, how's it going this morning? You're not 15 miles to the north of me this morning. You're about 1,500 miles to the north of where I'm sitting. It's a nice note. There's another Lincoln fractional. Fourth issue 50-cent Lincoln fractional. Good morning, rusty old cars. That one will hang out. There's a nice 15 center. The paper on this one. Try to get it focused in there. I don't know why it won't focus closer. Yeah, I don't want to spend my vacation shipping stuff, so we're just going through some of the higher end stuff. Some stuff isn't crazy. It's just I'm not gonna send out $3, $4 bills right now that I paid 8 for on vacation. Not my idea of a good time. My stepson's acceptance into dental school was yesterday in Phoenix, Arizona. Let's see here. What can I do on this one? This is a second issue 10 center. Nice second issue 10-cent George Washington. Bring it from 79 to 55. There's a nice 50 center with the 5 portraits on it. Tougher 50-cent first issue. Anybody got big plans for this evening or for this weekend? No, John, we're not having any giveaways today. Again, don't want to spend my vacation sending out giveaways. I send out plenty of them when I'm at home. I am in Phoenix, Arizona. Again, my stepson, they call it a white coat ceremony where they start their journey to be a dentist was yesterday. Real nice little ceremony. He has his master's degree right now and going on for his doctorate in dental. Kind of exciting time for sure. This is a really nice note. Fifth issue, 50 cent. I'm gonna bring that in on under $100. I don't think I should, but we're going to. It's 115 degrees, 95 at night. Here's a nice kind of maroon back. Little 25 center, second issue. Got a few more fractionals and then we'll be jumping on to something else. Yeah, it's intensive for sure. When they had, I call them kids, but most of these people are, in their mid 20s or more. Um, Usually it takes 3, 4 years to get into dental school. You've got to get clinical experience after you have at least your bachelor's degree. So a lot of the people are more between 25 and 30 years old. Took my stepson 1 year to get in, but that's because he had his master's degree. So if you have your bachelor's degree, it usually takes 4 or 5 years to get accepted at any school across the country. Here's a fourth issue, 25 cents. This is a pretty nice little note here. This is going to be in the $20 range. What can I? That's a nice little note, 27 bucks. We've been pretty much just sitting by the pool at the Airbnb. I have been out and about, but I haven't really seen too many homeless people, but I'm sure that I'm just maybe not going through the right area. I don't know. That's the threat, right? It's a nice red back piece. Second issue red back, 50 center. Yeah, you would typically say no, but Trump, you never know. Here's a seated Liberty 50 cent. This one does have a little bit of a spot down there, but tough seated Liberty 50 cent with the red back. That's a tough note. I wonder where my paperwork is. There's a nice 25 center. Don't see any folds on this one. Bring this one from, I don't have much room on this guy actually. 129 to 115. I don't see any folds on this one. Nice looking paper. So I've got quite a selection of fractionals right now. Kind of went through them. I'm going to jump over into obsoletes. This is just on the holder. Let me get that off. That was just on the holder. This is not. This is actually on the note. 1979 $10 food stamp. Don't get these very often, but I ran into this in one of my boxes. 1979 $10 food stamp. Always popular. I'll put that off to the side here. I'm gonna jump onto some obsoletes. Egg Harbor Bank, 1861. Obsolete. It is signed and hand dated. Egg Harbor out of New Jersey, I believe. Yep, New Jersey Deuce. One sided piece. Egg Harbor, New Jersey. Here's a $5 Confederate 1863. It is folded over here. That could probably go through a little bit of work. Nice two-sided piece with that V. 1863, $5. All my obsolete sheets are off for grading right now. I sent those all out a couple weeks ago to grading, along with a bunch of $2 bicentennial sheets and a bunch of cool stuff. No, we flew. Citizens Bank of Louisiana at Shreveport. Mrs. Blue's been here about 10 days. She'll be here another 10 days. I'll be heading back on Wednesday. This is a really nice two-sided piece. There's a little bit of a tear right there, edge tear, but nice color on that Citizens Bank of Louisiana at Shreveport. Look at the color on the back of this one. The I end up in the back room all the time. I don't have to claim it because I'm traveling domestically, but when you put all of these like when you put these fractionals in this brick with all these plastic sleeves, it looks like a brick on the TSA screen. So I always end up, I mean, they could open it right in front of everybody, but I always ask to go into the private room. And once they see what's going on, they typically, sometimes they'll have to call somebody because they'll get nervous of it, but you have to understand out of Minneapolis airport, there's been millions of dollars in cash gone through there. So my little suitcase full, my Pelican case doesn't really make them too nervous. Here's Franklin and Silk Company out of Portage, Ohio. Yeah, I bring a business card with. Sometimes they'll ask, sometimes they won't. Franklin Silk Company out of Portage, Ohio. Let me move this camera back this way so I can show off the notes a little bit better. Here's a new Ipswich Bank $5 out of New Hampshire. Got a nice little vignette on it. It is an obsolete hand signed and dated 1863, one-sided piece. This one I got a good buy on and I will pass it along. Gonna bring it in at just 49 bucks. 160-year-old paper, something like that. Again, hand signed and dated. Nice little ship vignette on it. Out of New Hampshire. Look at the color on this one. Hagerstown Bank out of Maryland. Hagerstown, Maryland. This is a remainder, one-sided piece, but look at the color on that. That's stunning. Bring that in at $100 as a buy. Hagerstown, Maryland, $5. Can look at the color on that. Love the scroll work in here on that red on the reds on that. I got this note in not too long ago. I'm going to take a little further look at it, but really nice detail work. Okay, no problem. Always popular Michigan obsolete 1837 Bank of Manchester $10 is a one-sided piece. You can see it's cut canceled. Serial number 1225. November 20th, 1837, with nice strong signatures that aren't burned through. Tough Michigan National, always popular here on the channel. Okay, that'll hang out. Here's the Civil War era 1863 North Carolina $1. Again, nice strong signature on that one. Bring this one in at, what the heck happened there? $55. You might have seen I had 10, 12 of these. This is probably the best one. Sold the other ones for, between 35 and 45, but this one's the best paper. Last one I've got left. Yeah, I'm gonna meet up with a dealer tonight. Gonna go to a small show tomorrow and meet up with a couple dealers. So we'll see. I'm gonna jump over into some nationals. 1929 Corn Exchange National Bank and Trust Company out of Philadelphia, charter number 542 on the $20 type 1. I'm going to bring this one from 179 to 149. Again, going fixed price. I'm trying to get kind of right down on my cost or a little bit under. The B&B. What's that mean? Central United National Bank out of Cleveland, Ohio. Type 2. Can see the charter number here and here. That's a type 2. This is a type 1 where you see just the serial number and the charter off to the left. Yeah, we're staying in a 4-bedroom Little rambler with a nice swimming pool, hot tub, outside living room with TV. Pretty nice little setup. This one here, I'm gonna go from 135 to 109 for a type 2. Sheesh. I don't think you might not see this one again for 109, but we'll run it there. Type 2, $20. Okay, no problem. That was too cheap anyways. I think I would have lost too much there. First National Bank of St. Paul, Minnesota, $10 type 1, charter number 203. 129. I'm going to bring this one in at 109 for the St. Paul, Minnesota. Charter number 203, $10 out of St. Paul, Minnesota. Okay, that one will hang out, no problem. Here's a tougher $5 Central National Bank of Minneapolis. I am from the Minneapolis area. This charter is one of the tougher ones. 710 charter out of Minneapolis is the most common. You don't see the Central Bank 13108, much later charter. Um, and I don't know where this note for this bank was. Yeah, there's only 29 of these known. So um, tougher charter on the $5, tougher denomination too. I'm gonna bring that one in under 200 bucks. Charter number 13108 out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. There's a tough little North Africa star sneaking in down there. Bloomington Lake National Bank. Now, this bank, I know where this was. Charter 12972. Again, a later charter. And this would be in the very tough part of Minneapolis. If you ever heard about the George Floyd incident in Minneapolis, this bank was on that street. Um, it's been, this bank has been gobbled up. It got into TCF Bank back in the day, and then it's just kind of kept going on from there. Type 1, $5. This one, I'm going to bring from, what was it, 219? I'm going to bring this one in at 175. Okay, no problem. How about a holy buckets, Mrs. Blue jumping on this morning right there. That's Mrs. Blue, Heather Bar 9294. Good morning. What are you doing up at 4 a.m.? I guess it's 6 a.m. back home. The lovely Mrs. Blue joining this morning. Bank of America National Trust and Savings Association out of San Francisco, 13044, charter number type 120. Um, bring that one in at 99 bucks. Bring it in under 100. San Francisco 1929 brown seal. Here's the $10 version. Bank of America National Trust and Savings Association out of San Francisco, California. Somebody wanted a 10 and a 20 set. See if anybody catches this one. A 10 and a 20. Oh, that was a good buy. Here's another 203 20 type 2. Bring that from 149 to 119. And here's the most common Minneapolis charter number 710. That's the most common Minneapolis. It's a little better condition. Bring this from 175 to 125. First National Bank in Minneapolis, Minnesota, charter 710. Okay, so that's the Nationals. S- Stretch my legs here a little bit. Here's a 1914 $5 out of the tougher Minneapolis district. Got the Columbus vignettes on the back, large size Minneapolis. 1914 $5 out of Minneapolis. $18.80 Sawhorse. You are welcome, Jink Park. 1880 early Sawhorse. Most of the ones you see are 1917. This is the earlier 1880 version. If you do want a cheaper one, I've got some 1917s, which are cheaper. This is the 1880 version. I think the only wood chopper I have is that fine 15 for 3 1/4, which isn't super expensive, but here's a Teehee Burke Black Eagle 1899. Yep, no problem. Bring that one from 229 to 199 on the 1899 Black Eagle. Okay. Here's a cool little note. Bicentennial 2 out of the San Francisco District, L, And then it got a South San Francisco post stamp with a Kentucky stamp, graded 64. It's a cool little note. First day of issue, April 13th, 1976, Bicentennial 2 and a 64. San Francisco and a San Francisco stamp with a Kentucky post stamp. Just got this one back from grading. San Francisco and San Francisco post stamp. No factor, that'll hang out. Just got this large size $10 gold seal in and a VF20 comment free holder. Large size gold certificate, 1922 $10. This guy just came in. Nice eye appeal on it for a 20. I can take a look here. Phil, I'm looking right now. I don't think I have any with me. It's kind of a cool bicentennial two out of the Cleveland district with the full four stamp house chamber. That's stunning. That's a note you don't see every day. Bicentennial with the full house chamber stamp rack. I don't think so. Can send me a DM in case I know of anybody that might be looking for the wares that you're selling. Here's a Cook Island $3 with Ina riding the shark This is a 2021. Always a popular note when I run across them. Ina riding the shark, Cook Island $3. David, good morning, good morning. Yeah, I've got kind of a marketing person, so I'm good there. But if you want to send me a DM, I can, if I hear of anyone looking. Here's a North Africa $1 star note. It's a note you don't see every day. North Africa $1 star note emergency issue, World War II. 1899 $5 Indian chief. Does have a nicker down here. Nice vignette on that 1899. Little 7-digit serial number also. There's an 1899 Black Eagle. 45994 664. Okay. 1896 $1 educational. Got Martha and George Washington on the back. 1896 $1 educational note. Pilot, I can't get there, but I could. I'm kind of running at the lowest I can go. I'd lose $10 if you wanted to meet in the middle. Okay, no problem. Oh, the Black Eagle. Okay, no problem. Bring this one from 249 to 199. 1899 Black Eagle. Thank you for helping, Pilot Bush. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Kind of little tougher signature combo. On this eagle, Napier McClung, a little bit better paper. Decent corners on this one. Bring that one down to 219. Got Lincoln and Grant down at the bottom. Okay. New York with the quad deuces, 3 2 2 2 2. I wish that was a two right in there. That'd be cool little note. Still is nice paper out of New York. Green Eagle, the quad deuces on it. Quad deuce serial number Green Eagle out of New York. There's another Green Eagle, tougher Minneapolis district here. That one I don't think I'm supposed to be at 199, but we'll roll another $10 off. 7 digit serial too, kind of cool little tougher Minneapolis district, 1918 Green Eagle. That one will hang out. Here's a nice sawhorse. Got an Indian chief note here. 1899. Let's have a little nicker there. I got a bison in last week and I sold it the next day. They just go quick. 1899, $5 Indian chief. Really nice vignette on this one. That's a cool little note. We'll pop that back up there. 1917 Sawhorse for the eye appeal on this one. Nice color on it. Nothing distracting. Bilbo was in on this one. Really nice color on it. Thank you, Bilbo. Appreciate you. You are very welcome. Thank you. Again, I apologize. I'm keeping my voice down just because we're at an Airbnb with 8 other people in here. Here's another 1917 Sawhorse. More circulation in here. Let's see here. I don't have my book with me, but I'm gonna go from 199 to 149. I think I'm supposed to be at 175, but that's fine. 1917 $1 Sawhorse. That one will hang out, no problem. Here's a Choice VF Black Eagle. Does have a couple spots here. Choice VF foreign substance comment, which is, I'm guessing, these 3 spots. A nice graded 1899 Black Eagle. This one I know I'm supposed to be at 3 1/4. I'm gonna bring it under $300. Somebody wants to scoop a 35. That's a good buy on that. Got raw ones in that $200 range that aren't 35s, but okay. Let me plug my phone in here before it dies. There we go. Get some charge into my phone. Um, Here's a cool note. South Florida 100 peso and a 653 PPQ. Look at the color on this. South Florida 100 peso. Absolutely stunning. I bring this in at under $100. Look at the color on that. South Florida 100 peso, graded 53. Really nice color on this one. Okay, no factor. That'll hang out. Got a wood chopper, 1907 $5 wood chopper, and a fine 15. It's got an edge restoration comment. You can kind of see that that corner was rebuilt there. But eyes up really well. 1907 $5 wood chopper. Here's a tough Mexico type note. A Mika Cohen Ocampo, 10 peso, 1915. VF25. It's got a quadrant that's got a stain. Take care, Pilot Bush. Good seeing you. Mika Cohen 10 peso. All graded up, ready for your collection. 1915 Mika Cohen Ocampo, tougher Mexico type. That'll hang out. We showed the Nationals before, but here's a Winters National Bank and Trust Company out of Dayton, Ohio. Does have a couple paper clips there. 1929 out of Dayton, Ohio. Bring it from 99 to 79. Winters National Bank and Trust Company out of Dayton, Ohio. 3 seconds. Okay, that one will hang out. I'll pop that over there. Get another sip of water. Welcome in, everyone. How's everybody doing this morning? Kind of quiet in the chat this morning. Anybody looking for Mexico notes? Here's a 1915 Campana Minero Australis. Is this a 1 peso? Yep, 1 peso, 1915. Nice paper on that. Look at the corners on this one. Oops. Knocking the stack over. 1915 Mexico. I'm going to run this one more time because I got crossed up there. Campania Minera Estrellas, 1915, large size Mexico, 25 bucks. Okay, that one will hang out, no factor. It's a really nice Henneken, Mexico, 1914. Del Mercado de Henneken. Look at the reverse on that. Dang. Absolutely stunning paper here. Got a bunch of nice Mexico type notes in. We'll run that one. 1914 Revolution. Skipper, good morning, good morning. Love the reverse in this one. Really nice scroll work. Skipper, I don't know what I am, about 15. Kevin grabbing that one. I'm 1,500 miles to the southwest in Phoenix, Arizona. It's 4:25 here. Kevin, appreciate you. If you like Mexico, Kevin, stick with me. I've got a bunch of new stuff. Yeah, 115 degrees, 95 at night. Here's a Tamaulipas 5 peso. No, I'm not. And when I get back, it's supposed to be around 100 and humid. Really nice Tamaulipas 5 peso. I don't see any folds, no corner bumps, no nonsense. Bring it from 89 to 69. American Banknote Company printing here. Tamaulipas 5 peso. 100% skipper. Here's a Sonora 5 peso. Look at the back on that. Absolutely stunning. I love the vignette on this too. Bring that one in under 100 bucks. Sonora 5 peso large size. If you want any of the notes that I'm showing this morning, I'm probably going the best that I'm ever going to go as far as pricing, cost, or sometimes under. I don't do fixed price shows too often, but take care, Skipper. Here's a 10 peso. Look at the paper on this. I love the cowboy vignette on this one too. Look at the eye appeal on the Sonora 10 peso. Great vignette on this one. Got the Mexico Cowboys on it. Here's a Federacion 50 cent. Not a note you see too often. Got great color on that. Prosciutto King. I've got two pretty awesome pieces that are queued up. Um, Federacion 50 cent. Look at the paper on this. Really great color. That one I got a good buy on, so I can pass that along. It's really nice. That's fine. Um, this is a stunning 100 peso, 1959. Look at the color on this. And a 53 PPQ. Look at the color on the back of this thing too. Absolutely stunning. And the other one is a 1890s 10 peso. If you're interested, I know it's here because I had it out yesterday when I was processing some notes. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Here's a Federation $1. 1914 Mexico Federation $1. Got the 50 cent and the $1. This I know I'm losing some on, but that's fine. The 50 cent and the $1 Federation Mexico. That's just fine. Here's a really nice Chihuahua $1 un peso. Look at the color on the back of that. Large size Mexico Revolution. Bring that one in under 40 bucks. I don't have any Bolivia with me. Here's a World War II 1943 Mexico Aztec calendar, 1 peso. World War II issue date. World War II 1943 Caracol coins in on the World War II Mexico Aztec calendar note. Thank you. Appreciate it. Here's a Guerrero. It is perforated canceled. Take a look at those corners. This is a really nice Guerrero 5 peso. Can see that it's perforated canceled here. That's got nice eye appeal. Bring this in at 99 bucks. Oh shoot, did 89, but that's fine. Guerrero 5 peso, 3 seconds. Here's an Oriental 20 peso. This was an issued note. It's got the 2 cent kind of tax stamp on it. American Banknote Company. This is absolutely stunning paper here. Bring it from 179 to 159. Oriental Mexico 20 peso large size. I have no idea why this China note is mixed in with the Mexico. I'm going to show it's got absolutely stunning locomotive on the right. 10 yuan out of the Bank of Communications. This is an American Banknote Company note. Actually, this is Dan Tung Book Company. That's weird. Different printer. These are usually American Bank, but I don't know. I'll have to research this one. I will run it once in case somebody wants to snag it. I don't know. I haven't seen that printer before. I wonder if I've seen this printer before, but I've never seen it on this note. But cool little locomotive note. That'll hang out, no problem. Here's a Mexicana 10 peso. Look at the color on that. This is American banknote. Absolutely stunning color on the 10 peso Mexicana. This is more of a traditional American banknote company printing, but look at the rainbow colors on that. Absolutely stunning. Caracol coins. It's a good buy. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let me get that stickered quick. Gotham. Good morning. Good morning. I'm kind of holding this one for you, Gotham. Obviously, absolutely no pressure to purchase, but I know you purchased. I just got this short snorter in a couple of weeks ago. I was kind of waiting for you to pop in, so you got at least an opportunity, and then obviously anybody can purchase it. World War II short snorter, no signatures on the back. Like typical, it is a 1935A. Most of the short snorters are on that. Sly, I just showed it. I can show it again. World War II short snorter, Gotham, and I wasn't trying to set you up, Gotham, so I just was holding it back to kind of show you when you popped in. So you've been a very strong supporter of the channel. Thank you, Gotham. Appreciate it. And then we're gonna jump over to the Tamaulipas 5 peso. Okay, put that, and then really nice Tamaulipas 5 peso. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you. Obviously, we have a relationship, so that gets you moved up to the front of the line for sure. Um, yeah, really nice paper here. Look at the paper on this. Yeah, for sure. I'm going to run it again anyways. I'm going to bring it from 89 to 69 on the Tamaulipas 5. Going through some Mexico type notes here. Chihuahua 50 centavos. Look at the paper on this one. Got a really big collection in from somebody that had collected all their life. This one is really sharp. Look at the corners on that. Little fractional Chihuahua 1914. This one, I apologize. I don't have much room just because it's so nice. I had to pay right up for it. Jasmine in on that one. If you like Mexico notes, I would stick with me. There's going to be some stuff coming through, meaning in the next 10-15 minutes. Snoochie Boochies. Good morning, Snoochie Boochies. I like it. I'm gonna go. Got another Mexicana. I just love the rainbow colors on these. Look at the paper on that. Really, really nice paper. Stunning eye appeal. Look at that. Absolutely stunning rainbow color. American banknote. This one I'm really surprised didn't sell. It's priced really low and it's got that stunning color on it. We'll run that one more time before moving on. No problem. Here's an Awaxaca. Probably not pronouncing that correctly, but look at the color on that. Absolutely stunning 1916 Mexico Awaxaca. This one, holy buckets. Sheesh. Appreciate that, Jeff Barr. Oaxaca 5 peso. Good morning, good morning. Jasmo jumping in. Absolutely stunning color on this one. Jasmo grabbing that one. Thank you. Again, if you like Mexico banknotes, I got a big collection in from a collector that had spent the last 30 years um, putting this set together. A lot of the notes went to grading, these are some of the duplicates. Here's a provisional, and just look at the paper on these. And this one obviously's got a little nicker in the corner, but just look at the eye appeal on that. Absolutely stunning. Really cool Aztec calendar with the young lady in there. This is just great stuff. This is the first time I think any of this stuff is being offered. Gobierno Provisional 1. But look at the ornate back on this. No problem. That'll hang out. Oh, here's a South Florida 10 peso, 1890 10. Can see it's made in the postage stamp style with the perforated edge. It does have selvage over here that I guess you could take off. I think it's pretty cool. South Florida 1890s. Look at the eye appeal on that. American Banknote Company printing. This one I'm tempted. Now, this would be the second time I've showed this. If I can show it 3 times without it selling, I can just keep it, but I don't think that's going to happen. Absolutely great colors on this one. Get the ornate back on that too. South Florida 10 peso 1890s. I want to take another further look at this one a little bit. Just love the detail work in here. That one I'm going to put up right there. That's, I think, worthy of being on the screen. Here's a consecutive pair of 1961 uncirculated Aztec calendar notes, 982 and 983. Can you hear my stomach rumbling? I don't know if I'm hungry or what. Consecutive pair of Mexico Aztec calendar, 982 and 983 American Banknote Company printing. Caracol Coins is in on the consecutive pair. Caracol Coins. If you haven't checked out my YouTube channel, Blue Oval Pro, definitely give that a check out. Blue Oval Pro, all one word on YouTube. This show is being simulcast over to YouTube. So here's a really nice Sinaloa 50 peso. With the paper on that. Yeah, 100%. Little known fact about American Banknote is American Banknote Company was made up of like 9 big players from the 1850s that were all printers. The only one that held out was the Continental Banknote Company. So all the others forged together in the 1880s to kind of run the show. Sinaloa 50 centavo. This one is really nice. This isn't even supposed to be in here. This one says PC. That's for my personal collection. Rustic Metals and Currency. Thanks for the raid. Appreciate that. We're going through some Mexico notes. Here's a really nice 5 peso. Chihuahua large size 5 peso. Look at the color on the back of that. Welcome in, welcome in. Bring that down to 35 bucks. I think the back is really where it's at on this. Look at the absolute color on that. Here's another one. Bring this one in under 30 bucks at 29. Jazzmount grabbing that. Thank you, Jazzmount. Appreciate you. Here's another one I could bring in at under 30 bucks. So got really stunning colors on the back of this 1915 Mexico Revolution era 5 peso Chihuahua. Absolutely stunning colors on this one. Large size Mexico. Okay, that one will hang out. Here's another one. I think the last one I have. This one I could probably shave a couple more bucks off of. 1914 Mexico Revolution 5 peso. Look at the absolutely stunning color on the back of that one. That one will hang out. Here's a World War II 1943 Mexico Aztec calendar World War II note. Got a lot going on with it with the World War II date and the Aztec calendar, American Banknote Company printing. Bring that one in under 20 bucks. World War II 1943. Really nice paper on this one. That one will hang out. Here's a Chihuahua 50 centavos. Little fractional piece there. Bring that one from 41. I'm going to lose some here, but I'll go to 25. Start it there. Chihuahua 50 centavos. Mexico Revolution. Here is a 1878 Mexico 25 centavos with the little girl holding the baby lamb. This one I think I'm supposed to be at 79. I'm going to go with 59. I'm probably 20 bucks under on this one, but 1878 Mexico 25 centavos. That's not a note you see every day. Here's a really nice 1 peso. Look at the paper on this. Absolutely stunning colors. Just hard to get nice 1 peso notes. Look at the color on that. Okay. There's a nice 10 peso. Which one's your favorite? The green, the blue, or the red? Got the 1, the 5, and the 10. The green one? How about a set of them? Should be at 105. I'm gonna run the set for 89 bucks. I have one graded Mexico note, I believe. This is a really nice 1, 5, and a 10. Kind of surprised that that set didn't sell. The 1, the 5, and the 10. All three of them. Hey, Chris, are you making coffee? Yeah. Um, can you let me know when it's done? I can just run out there and get some. Thanks. I'll wait for you to be done talking. Oh, you're on the talking to something on that. Fuck, I ain't interrupting something here. Well, there you go. You're on live. Mika Cohen 10 peso. I think this is the only graded Mexico note that I've got. It's got a darkening quadrant here on the minor stain on back. Tougher Mexico type note. Bring it from 89 to, I don't think I should be going 65, but we'll go for it. VF25 Mika Cohen Ocampo. Let me see if I have any others. I've got the Sinaloa there. Sinaloa 64 PPQ. Bring this one in at under 150 at 149. Sinaloa 10 peso and a 64 PPQ. I'm going to lose some money, but I'm going to see where people feel like this note should be because you never know on what you should pay. I'm in the losing money phase right at the moment, but like I said, on these higher grade notes, it's like, well, what's the market really? You just don't see them. Oh, there's the number. Now I know where I needed to be, and I needed to pay about 20 bucks less, so it's good note. 64 PPQ. It's the only one I've got. Now's your shot. I feel like it's $150 note, but what do I know? ESP bill is in. Thank you. Appreciate it. First purchase. Okay. The only other graded Mexico I've got is the Mika Cohen de Campo VF 25 1915. Does have a dark quadrant back here, so minor stains on the back. I was at 89. Bring it down to 69. Sometimes I got to learn a hard lesson on some of this stuff. Go to 65. Now we're getting into the losing money range, so we'll see where we go here. Graded Mexico Revolution note VF 25. It's running. Jasmine says 60 is the number. Well, I should have paid less for it. Jasmo grabbing that one. Thank you. Anybody that buys graded notes, if you haven't bought graded notes from me before, just know they are in protective sleeves, so there's nothing wrong with the holder. Like this holder, I just got this one back in a week or two ago, so just so you know, you can take it out of the protective sleeve or leave it in or whatever. I just don't want the sleeves getting all scratched up. So, anyways, that's the story on that. Here's a really nice Gaberno 20 peso. Mexico Revolution 20. Gaberno Provisional. Fact John is in. Fact John grabbing that one. Thank you. Appreciate you. You know what? Let me check. I think I might have a couple more Mexico graded notes. Let me see here. Yeah, I do. Here's a tough Durango 5 peso 1914. A BF 25. Small edge tear comments you can see up along the edge. Next note coming in there. Durango 5 peso. This is a tough type. Durango Estado de Durango 5 peso. Well, we might as well start bringing this one into the losing money range. This is a new game I just figured out. How much money is Blue Oval Pro gonna lose on a note to learn what the going rate should be. Fact John jumping in on that one. Thank you. Fact John, thank you. Yeah, exactly, right? There's stuff that I just sell tons of, but like some of this stuff is just tough, especially this tough Mexico type. I buy a lot of Mexico notes, travel the country to do it, but some of these you just don't get. Here's an Urgicito Noreste in a choice about new 55. This is a tough note you don't see. Comment free, high grade 55 about new. That's an absolutely stunning note you don't see every day. Well, we might as well get into Blue's wallet again. Well, good morning, everyone. Choice about new 55. Absolutely stunning paper on this one, too. High grade 55 choice about new. Well, two $20 bills is the most I'm willing to lose this morning on this one, so I will run it here. And Jaycock, good morning. Fact John is saying that's the number 55 choice about new Urgicito Noreste. Fact John, thank you. Yeah, I wasn't able to make it. I'm in Arizona right now. My stepson had his white coat ceremony. He has his master's degree. Now he's going on to dental school. So they got their white coats yesterday. Nice little ceremony here in Phoenix. This is a note that unfortunately can't sell cheap, but this is a prime example of, and I want to actually kind of keep this to show people. You'll see the about new 50 score. Um, and you can see it's over in here. Well, this is a prime example that this note, the score does not change, although we have this issue over here. We've got this corner nicker and then that toning. Now it's going to be commented here, edge damage at right and toned. But just so you know, when you're out looking for notes, these can be sometimes sleeper notes. This is an 1878 25 centavos. This one's 100 and a quarter. I don't care if I ever sell this note because, again, it's just a lot of people get confused about the scoring of like, how could this be a 50 with, the toning and the edge nick there? So I just want to look at this a little more. I just got this back from grading. This is a tough 1878 Mexico note in a higher grade. Look at the vignette, that young gal holding the lamb, the baby lamb. Really cool piece. Anyways, that'll hang out, no problem. Um, we've got that 1, 2, and 5 Chihuahua set. Really nice paper here. Got 140 on that set. The 1, the 5, and the 10. Look at the paper on that. I know I was losing when I ran this before, but I'll run it again at 89 bucks if somebody wanted to grab. That's a really nice 1, 5, and 10 Chihuahua set, really nice color set there. Okay, nobody on that, which is fine. Somebody was looking, yeah, this thing. Oh, this is really cool. Late 1890s, South Florida 10. It is perforated edge. It's got the selvage on it, nice rigid holder. That's a really cool piece. I need to show this one more show before I can keep it, but this doesn't sell. Um, really cool. Yeah, it's not a train, but I've got a really cool. It's 89 bucks. I can run it again. Tough South Florida note. Jazzmo jumping in. This is absolutely stunning note. 1890s. 189 March 15th. More arc is in. It's the only one I've got. More arc grabbing that one. Thank you. Appreciate you. I've got this really stunning. Oops, I'm so sorry. Didn't mean to bump the camera. 1959. Look at the color on this. Absolutely stunning. American Banknote Company. Graded 53 PPQ. Comment free. This is a stunner. Look at the color on that. More arc jumping in. This is absolutely stunning note. Only one I've got. So here's your shot on that 53 PPQ. Look at the eye appeal on that. Beautiful note. There it is. 3 seconds. Sold it. More arcs away. Thank you. Appreciate you. I need to plug my computer in or we're going to have a situation here shortly with the battery dying. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna take about a minute break here. I don't have any more South Florida. Those were the two that I had. Um, I'm gonna take about a minute break because I want to get a cup of coffee. So just hang with Marquetta if you can entertain them with singing and dancing while I'm gone. Where these people from? East Coast. Oh, it's perfect. This is earlier there. And right. Well, it's later there. So yeah, that's what I meant. Like right, yeah, that's some state. But I mean, my typical show is 4 a.m. So it's 5 a.m. for them. But oh, that's strong. That's Albuquerque thing. Experience. Too much hair. That's strong. It's totally fine. Yeah, for sure. I think I'm not used to our copy at work is not super strong. I don't know. Just don't. Just moment there. It'll circulate. Marquetta, did you do the singing and dancing? Did I miss it? Let's see what her response is. Here's a World War II 1943 Mexico Aztec calendar. I know I needed to get a cup of coffee. You didn't have singing and dancing while I was gone? World War II 1943 Aztec calendar. Really nice paper here. Not your thing? We'll drop it to 15, I guess, see if that helps anybody on the World War II Aztec calendar 1 peso. Jasmo jumping in. Really cool World War II 1943, height of World War II. Mexico note. It's running. It's going to sell. It's sold. Jasmo grabbing that one. Yeah, for sure. Here's a really stunning Provisional de Mexico Gobierno. Ornate back. Young gal in that Aztec calendar. That's a good looking note there. Provisional Gobierno. Really nice paper here. This one I'll lose $5, but I'm not going to lose more on it. 1916. May 1916, Jasmo was in. Really stunning. I love the vignette on the back of this one. Jasmo grabbing that one. Here's a stunning Republica Mexicana. Jasmo, I've been known to build absolutely stunning collections. Mexico collections specifically. I don't have any Upper Korea today. I'm 1,500 miles from home and I brought limited, even though I have, as you've seen this morning, I've got tons of great stuff with me. Um, Look at the color on this. Ray jumping in. Absolutely stunning rainbow color on this. Ray jumping in there. Ray grabbing that one. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate you. Here's a Tamaulipas 5 peso. Tamaulipas 5 peso. Jasmo jumping in on that one. Thank you. They're absolutely stunning. Here's a, believe a 1930 China. It's in the Mexico stack, but somebody asked for a locomotive. Who was asking about a locomotive? This is a cool note for that. This has got great color. This is the Dan Tung Book Company, which I have not seen. It's China, yep. Bank of Communications. These are typically made by American Banknote for this. Um, it's got stunning color on it too. I want to research this note anyway, so kind of, I guess it is going to sell. Jasmo, I would look into this note because this could be a lot better one. And if it is, that's great. Um, yeah, for sure. No, it's totally fine. It's not a problem. Um, and if you want when you get it, if you send me a DM, I don't want to do it now because I'm on vacation, but if you send me a DM, I can research it. I kind of think that might be a better note, but I don't know that. Here's a stunning Oriental 20 1914. Look at the corners on this. Does have a tax stamp on the back. That's a stunner. It's just hard to know the price on this stuff, but it has absolutely stunning eye appeal on the Oriental 20. Really tough Mexico type note. And this would be me losing two $20 bills, so I will just keep it. But again, I'll just keep that one. I don't want to lose too much. Here's a Guerrero 5 peso. It is perforated canceled. Looks to be AU condition at worst. I think it would get unk, but I don't more arc. And I'll lose a $20 bill on this one and then I'm going to stop. So this is it. Guerrero 5 peso. Somebody's looking for a more reasonable price 5 peso large size Mexico. That one I could do at 25 bucks. Mexico Revolution large size 5 peso. I think the backs are the nice side on this, but large size Mexico. I'll leave that up there if somebody wants to snag that. Here's a really cool Federacion 50 centavos. Really good looking paper here. 50 centavo little fractional. It's actually not little, it's um, about the size of a US $1 bill. Federacion 50 centavo 1914. I've got the $1. I've got a bunch of Black Eagles right now. Federacion $1. I'll move a few of these things. Um, this one I could bring under 200 bucks. I could bring it to 199. Spielman White signature combo. I think the most reasonable price one that I have. This one here, better signature to combo Napier McClung signature. Nice eye appeal on that eagle. Um, got a couple green eagles. I've got this choice VF 35 black eagle. Does have a couple little spots here, which is the foreign substance comment there. That's a nice note. Choice VF 35. Bring that thing in under 200, 300 bucks at 299. So got those three eagles. I'll pop those up here. Got a redeemable. Oh, I thought that was my coffee, but it wasn't. Thank goodness. Hold on just a second. Sorry about that. Redeemable in gold 20. Carlos store. You missed out on a bunch of Mexico this morning. Redeemable in gold 20, 1928. Go to the Chicago district. Numeric district redeemable in gold 20. And then I've got a 50 redeemable in gold 50 out of Chicago. Good looking note. 159. Redeemable in gold 50. 1928 plain. Yeah, it's sharp. Good looking note. And then I've got a redeemable in gold 100. This is an alpha series. Would I take a counter? Not sure. You mean a counter offer? I'm not going to be offended. Redeemable in gold 100, I may say no, but this is a 28A. That's why it's an alpha over here and not a numeric. Hit me with it. Don't crush my hopes and dreams. 125. Sheesh. I'm at 160. You're at 125. What would be the reasonable thing to do there? That's a $35 swing. So let's give you the benefit of the 20 side. Instead of 1750, we'll go 20. So I'd meet you in the middle. Bring it in under 140 bucks. Redeemable in gold 50 numeric district. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't quite get there. The Federacion 50 and 50 centavo and the un peso. Nice little set there. I was at 55. Bring those for the pair down to 40. Boy, I must be feeling generous this morning to, it's like I said, some of it you just don't know where. Jasmo jumping in on the 50 centavo and the $1. Thank you. Yeah, nice little set for sure, and doesn't break the bank either. That's what I liked about that little set. Um, this one here, this is one of my favorite Mexico type notes, the Sonora 10. I love the vignette on this. Absolutely stunning. Nice ornate back. It is absolutely a stunning note. Tough Mexico type Sonora 10. Look at the vignette on that. Absolutely stunning. Jasmo jumping in on that. The paper on that. 3 seconds. Jasmo grabbing that. Yeah, I'm feeling generous because I'm losing $20 bills here, losing two twenties there. This one here, the 5 peso. For sure. I appreciate all the support over on YouTube. I really do. If you haven't subscribed to the channel over on YouTube, I really could use the support for sure. I've got what 21,000 followers here on Whatnot, and I think 280 on YouTube. I'm just getting that up and going. The Sonora 5 peso. I've got three Black Eagle CB coins. I've got a couple more Mexico to go through, but we'll take a look. I've got the Spielman White signature combo, a bit darker over here. Bring that one in at 199. Spielman White signature combo on that one, under 200 bucks. This one's a better signature combo. Napier McClung. A little bit better eye appeal on that one too. That one I could do at 219. And then I've got a Choice VF35, which would be 299. Choice VF35 Spielman White signature combo. Couple spots here. It is commented foreign substance, PCGS graded, but Choice VF35, good looking note. Bring that in at under 300. This note, I'm surprised at the price that this one hasn't sold yet, but no problem. I'm gonna jump back over. Got this one, I'd go to losing a $20 bill, and that's all I'm willing to do on this one. So if you want the Sonora 5, that's where I would be at on that one. It's like me sending you the note and a $20 bill. I like the vignettes on this one. And it's got that nice ornate back on it too. All right. Large size Mexico Chihuahua. Nice color on that one. We'll run that one again at 25. I don't have any funny backs. I'm out of the funny back business. They're my kryptonite, so I lose on every one that I get. They're expensive to buy at shows, even when I have relationships with dealers. Don't have any gold nuggets. Here's a cool Campana Manera, 1 peso. Another tough Mexico type note. Nice paper on this one. Losing on the rest, I might as well go Lose some on this one too. Nice. Un peso. That's fine. That'll hang out. Here's a tough Dominion of Canada $4. Small edge splits and tears. This is a tough note. Canadian 4 1900. The crazy story about this is I did same show grading a few weeks ago at a regional show, and a couple other dealers wanted me to submit $500 bills, US 500s. So I did. And so there was two that were high value. And when I got my bill back, there was three high value notes, and there was one that was even cost more. And I'm like, well, what the heck, you know? These were more this one this one they dinged me for even more at like 2,000 bucks because that's what the book is on this thing. I have this in a 15 in my own personal collection. Um, so this one is gonna go down the road. That's a tough Canadian 4. Here's a really crazy Korea to the north of South Korea short snorter. Talk about this thing is crazy. Never anybody ever, I mean, I've had this note before, which is a tougher note, but who's seen one of these? That's something you're not going to see on every channel. Absolutely stunning. Korea to the north of South Korea short snorter. That's an absolute stunner. Here's a third issue 10 cent and a choice via 45 bronzing oxidized, which is kind of along the edge there. Bring that in at 109. Third issue, Choice XF 45. Should we see how much money I can lose on this one? Under 100 bucks, Choice XF, third issue, 10 cent fractional, all graded up, ready to go. I mean, the grading fee is like 30 bucks, even in a bulk submission. So here's a Choice New 63, second issue, 10 cents, 63, Choice New. Uncirculated fractional, 150-year-old paper, probably more like 165, but and Nicholas, I do. I've got a 20 out of the Chicago district. Chicago district numeric 20. Got a couple 20s. I also have a 50. This one's nice. 1928 plain 50. Numeric District 50. Just trying to work me on this one. This is where I'm going to be on the numeric 50. Carlos Store jumping in. Good little note here. Carlos grabbing that one. Thank you. All right, we've come to the time of the show where I will open it to any requests. If anybody has seen anything that they want to get added to their package, I'm not in any hurry, but I do got to start getting ready for the day ahead. Any requests of anything you may have seen that you want me to show again? I've got a bundle of fractionals. We went through every one of them early on in the show. If people want me to cycle through, I can definitely do that. Got a ton of raw fractionals. If anybody wants me to show the bundle, the stack of fractionals I have, there's that. Got eagles. I've got a couple sawhorses left. I've got a chief. I've got an educational. I've got some numeric 20s. Um, I've got some stuff. Got a North Africa star note. This is a really nice red seal. I haven't showed this. 1963 six-digit trinary 302032 trinary serial star note. That's a cool piece. 63 trinary serial number star note. Bring it from 69 to 59. 63 trinary serial star note. Again, I will open it to any requests if anybody has any requests. All right. Well, with that, want to thank everybody for coming by again today. Yeah, it looks to be. Want to thank everybody for coming by, and we will see you again soon. Take care, everybody. Love you guys and gals.